Good morning from São Paulo. Today is our last hurrah before we head to the airport for Foz do Iguaçu. We only had half a day left in the city, but it was more than enough to fit in a few memorable stops. So if you ever find yourself in São Paulo with just a few hours to spare, here's how to make most of it. What better way to spend our last morning in São Paulo than to go to the Museum of the Favela? This museum gives voice to the people who live in the favelas and then the whole history behind the favelas. Well, here in São Paulo, we didn't visit any favelas, but we did when we were in Rio. We had visited the famous Santa Marta favela. Good thing is that entry to this museum is free. The only thing is that you have to make reservations online, so that way, they can space out everybody so nobody shows up all at the same time. And the irony of all of this is that the museum is located inside an aristocratic building. Oh wow, so they weren't kidding that this used to be an aristocratic building. It's very fancy. We're gonna go ahead and take these marble stairs up to the top floor. Sort of like going to a favela, because there are a lot of stairs in the favelas, but they're not made out of marble. I think there's like 4 levels. I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal because we went up way more stairs when we visited Santa Marta in Rio. One of the highlights at the top floor of the Favela Museum was a section dedicated to Racionais MCs. They are considered the most influential rap group in Brazil, using their music to speak out on inequality, racism, and life in the favelas. For decades, their lyrics have been a voice for the marginalized communities in São Paulo, turning personal struggles into national conversations. Seeing them celebrated in this space was a reminder that hip-hop isn't just entertainment. It's a movement, and in Brazil, Racionais MC are at the very heart of it. If you want to sample their music, look them up on YouTube. I'm not going to play their music here because I don't want a copyright strike, but my husband would describe their work similar to the West Coast group NWA regarding their dramatization of the urban experience with a bit of East Coast political messaging, like the group Public Enemy. Now on to the rest of the museum. The museum highlights the voices, art, and history of São Paulo's favela communities. It's a reminder that São Paulo is more than just skyscrapers and nightlife. The city's cultural richness comes from everywhere, including the neighborhoods that aren't always on the tourist trail. Definitely worth it if you want something a little different and meaningful. Here's a copy of the movie City of God, which I'd watched while I was in college, that got me fascinated with favelas and subsequently led me to my 2 trips to Brazil. What a great value. I really appreciate how the entry was free, but the knowledge and the memories, they're priceless. So if you don't know much about favelas, or if you want to know a little bit more about Brazilian hip-hop rap music, then come here. I can't get over the architecture of this city. I mean, we got all sorts of different styles going on here. We got neoclassicism, Gothism, and then we got like modern over there. Building over there? No, it's not the Empire State Building in New York City. It's the Santander building. That just happens to look like the Empire State Building. As we were walking through downtown towards the Farol Santander building, it made me a little sad that we were going to be leaving São Paulo in a few hours. I realized that this would be the last time I would be walking through a corridor or crossing a street. There is much to see in São Paulo as pictured on this map, and we got through at least half of the attractions. You see what I mean about all the different architectures? So up ahead is the Banco de São Paulo, and that's very Art Deco. Here's a close-up shot. I just can't get over it because I love Art Deco. That's my favorite style. And because I really love Art Deco, the last attraction we're going to be visiting here in São Paulo is the Farol Santander building. So that's the one that I mentioned earlier that looks like the Empire State Building. Built between 1935 to 1947. This used to be the Bank of São Paulo until they moved it to that building that I had just filmed, that the other Art Deco building. Then Santander took over it, and then now it's just basically more like a cultural center, a museum, and most importantly of all, they offer a rooftop view of the city. It's 35 stories high, so it used to be the tallest building in Sao Paulo, and then it got beaten by another building. Oh my, and this is just the first floor, or the ground floor. I can't get over that chandelier. I'm not a huge chandelier person, but I gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. I'm just gonna go ahead and check my hat in because I don't want it flying off when we're on the rooftop because it is a windy day. Those sconces over there, yeah, definitely Art Deco. Okay, so each of the floors have a different theme. So the memory floors are on the lower floors. At the 21st floor, they have a skate park. The Watchtower and Coffee on the 26th floor. 28th floor, try different dishes. And then on the 31st floor, oh, they have culinary classes. We rode the elevator to the 26th floor. Nothing like advertising the company, right? I would have liked some sort of show on the ceiling, but then again, this is a banking company. Here we are on the 26th floor. So they have a coffee bar here. And of course, they're gonna serve Brazilian coffee. More Brazilian coffee. Exit through this door for the Mirante. Here we are with the view. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at, but I just can't get over the skyline of Sao Paulo. It just seems like it stretches on and on, but you don't appreciate how massive Sao Paulo is until you come out here on the deck. I mean, New York City has, you know, a skyline, but this puts New York City to shame. Let's take a look out over here on this side. Again, I'm not really sure what we're looking at. I can't believe how it just sprawls out like this. And don't worry, it's a window, but I do appreciate how they keep the windows clean because sometimes when you go to these exhibits, the windows are streaky and so it messes up your video or your photos. But it is somewhat open. I mean, there's a fence and you do feel the cool air. So I guess I could have kept my hat on, but I didn't want to risk it blowing away. We're so high up and everything is so small down there. So here they're trying to show us where the Paseo do Colegio is. I don't know, I can't tell for sure. All I just know is it's somewhere in that general direction. Okay, never mind. I do see the Paseo do Colegio. It's right there, it's that white building. Yep, just right there. And then if you look over there, that was the Museu das Favelas, where we just came from. And then if you look over through this circle, you're supposed to see the Cathedral da Sé. That's the cathedral we visited on our first afternoon. You can see the towers, green towers. Can't miss it. There we go, the Cathedral da Sé. And don't ask me where Avenida Paulista is. I have no idea. And that's just one side. So let's go over to the other side. The Outra Mirante. Ooh, this is the sunny side. I gotta put my sunglasses on this side because it's way too sunny. So they do give you a 360 view because this is the other side of Sao Paulo. I just can't get over how big it is. I was looking for Avenida Paulista. Well, here's the guide for it. We're gonna go find it. I don't know. I don't see it over there, but I wanna say that street up there is. I mean, I can't tell. We're so high up and I'm disoriented. Pico do Jaruba. It's supposed to be the highest mountain in Sao Paulo. And I think that's it. I mean, that's a mountain. Yeah, that's some sort of mountain, so that must be it. Mystery solved. That big street is Avenida São João. Yeah, Avenida São João. It's huge, almost like Avenida Paulista, but we didn't get a good view of it. Yeah, it's really sunny up here, and I'm glad that I wore sunscreen. So if you come here, make sure that you give yourself a good slather of sunscreen. Another mystery solved, the Edificio Martinelli, or the Martinelli building. It's that one, the one that looks so pretty on top. It started off as being Sao Paulo's first skyscraper, but you know, obviously it got overtaken. I love it. It's like business on the bottom, and then on top, it looks like something from a Wes Anderson movie. Now the prize to the tallest skyscraper in Sao Paulo goes to the Edificio Mirante do Vale, which is this white building over here. It's a condo complex. So yeah, Edificio Mirante do Vale. is number 1, and then we have the Edificio Italia, and number 3 is Farol Santander, which we're standing on right now. I love it. I love how we're here at the Santander building on our last day in Sao Paulo, and I feel like we're taking a test on all the places that we visited on our 2.5 days here. Last item on this test, the Mercado Municipal, or the municipal market. We visited there on our first afternoon and yesterday. So let's see if I can spot it. Ding, ding, ding. I found it. It's right there. Can't miss it because of the domes. Remember the domes? I would say we passed the test. We passed the Sao Paulo Famous Buildings Identification Test. Being on the 26th floor observation deck was a great way to get one last look at Sao Paulo, all 360 degrees of it. I can't believe the cost of entry for 2 people was a little over 16 US, and there's still more to explore of the building. Now we're going to take the stairs down to the other floors to check out the exhibits. Faro Airlines, never heard of them. Guess we'll take a flight with them. Oh, if it really is an airline, probably is. I do want to fly with them because look at that leg space. Nothing like a shameless plug for the Farol Santander building. Here it is. We're here on the 24th floor. Looks like they have some sort of tropical floral exhibit. It's like an immersive exhibit. Reminds me of one of those Van Gogh immersive exhibits. There's more to do here, so in budgeting your time, don't spend it all on the watchtower floor. Make sure you check out the other floors. Oh, how fun. I love circuses. It's a circus on the 23rd floor. Oh, how fun. It's one of those moving pictures instruments. Nothing like an old-fashioned circus with clowns. Oh, you can look up here, practice being an acrobat, or you can practice being a tightrope walker. This is like being a tightrope walker, but with training wheels. So let's see if I can do this. Oh. Oh, okay, maybe there is a future of me being a tightrope walker. So for our next stunt here, Jason is sitting on a bed of needles and not getting impaled.
No, because I learned this from Bill Nye the Science Guy, that if the needles are spaced apart, you could hurt yourself. But because the needles are spaced so close together, it doesn't create enough tension and gravity on any one part of your body to hurt yourself. So thanks, Bill.
And the circus continues on the 22nd floor. The circus come to town, the Circus of Brazil. Now that's a real circus. So many things going on at the same time that you can't pay attention. I mean, you got the elephants, you got the juggler, you got somebody balancing, somebody else, tightrope walker. Kind of feels like my job. Oh, yes. We're going to go down to the 21st floor, which is the skate park. No, we didn't bring our skateboards. Actually, we don't know how to skateboard. Vans. Oh, so they're popular here too. I guess if you didn't bring your board, you can buy a board. I don't know anything about skateboarding, but I do know this would be pretty cool if you do skateboard. We do have a skateboarding park in our community, and this looks pretty cool as well. Too bad there isn't anybody skateboarding here. But I guess you wouldn't think to bring your skateboard while traveling, right? And if you didn't bring your board or you didn't want to buy your board, it looks like you can rent a board. Just to orient ourselves, we're here on the 21st floor, but we are going to take the elevator to the 6th floor. So we're here on the 6th floor, which features, it's supposed to be like memory. So I guess more like the history of Sao Paulo and Brazil. Sao Paulo, after all, is the financial capital of Brazil, so how appropriate that they would have the banknotes on display. Just to contrast between the Sao Paulo skyline and Rio de Janeiro, here's Rio de Janeiro. Yes, you can see the body of water. Here we are on the 5th floor. I love the wood paneling. And we're here at the President's Hall, showing over 70 years of presidents of the Santander Bank. They sure had a lot of presidents. I guess this guy is the most current one. Or this is more of a replication of the meeting room. We visited a few presidential libraries throughout the years, and they always have a replica of what the Oval Office looks like during that presidency. So in this room, this is what the president's room looks like, or, you know, the president of Santander Bank. Here on the 4th floor, it's dedicated to Vik Muniz, who is an artist. His work is all about perspective. He takes everyday materials like garbage, chocolate, and even magazine clippings and transforms them into huge detailed images. So this art piece is called the 360 View, and basically the artist Vik Muniz is recreating his memories of São Paulo, city he grew up in. Here you go, that's São Paulo, according to Vik Muniz. And of course, the Santander building is front and center. So here on the 3rd floor, some more exhibits about the bank. We have an idea of what banking desk would do. It's a Rolodex. I haven't seen that since my childhood. Just marveling over the Art Deco rails here, and here on the 3rd floor just gives you another view of the ground floor and that marvelous chandelier. What do you think it's made out of? I want to say it's made out of Swarovski crystals, but I'm not sure. Not much on the 2nd floor. It's just basically so that way you can just continue to go down. But hey, another view of the chandelier. Actually, on the 2nd floor, they have another one of these immersive experiences. This time, the immersive experience was about the history of the Santander building and the bank and its future. I feel like they should have played this video while we were going up to the 26th floor in the elevator, but better late than never. Yeah, so the 2nd floor covers how the Santander building was constructed. Back we go down to the ground level. They're so committed to the Art Deco theme, even the bathroom is Art Deco. They have a coffee shop and a gift shop, but we don't have the time. Got my hat back. So what do I think of the Santander building? Well, I think it's worth it. It comes at a great value. So we paid a little bit over $8, 8 US, for the entrance. Originally, I came because I wanted to see a good viewpoint of São Paulo up high, but then you get all these other exhibits with it. So totally worth it if you have the time here in São Paulo. Believe it or not, as many times I've been to New York City, I've never been to the Empire State Building, and yet I felt like I just visited São Paulo's version of the Empire State Building. After Farol Santander, we took a stroll down Rua São João. Yep, that's a street that I had gotten mixed up with Avenida Paulista up on the 26th floor of Santander. This is one of the most famous avenues in São Paulo, and you really feel the energy of this city here. Classic architecture, busy streets, and a sense of how alive downtown always is. Even if you're walking around, it's a great way to soak in the city one last time. Just how we started our stay here in São Paulo, we're gonna end it with another Lanchonete. And this place, they have coxinas. That's what Jason has been craving for all along. They got other goods here, but I'm just gonna stick to the coxina and pão de queijo. And best of all, they're very fast. It's basically quick service. You just pick what you want in the window, and that's what you got. Not bad for our last meal here in São Paulo. Got the pão de queijo, coxina, and the maracuja juice, or passion fruit juice. And this is what a coxina looks like on the inside. So it's fried on the outside, and then there's a chicken filling. So it's like a fried chicken dumpling. Oh, well, that was a good quick lunch. And I'm sad that our stay in São Paulo is coming to an end. I wish I could stay longer to experience more of this metropolitan city that's full of culture, history, and good food. Now we're off to the airport. So if you only have half a day in São Paulo, here's my tip. Pick one cultural stop that speaks to you, like the Favela Museum, then spend most of your time at Farol Santander. It really packs in art, history, and views all in one place. Wrap it up with a walk through downtown and a good meal at a Lanchonete before you head out. It's a way to say goodbye to the city with style. This was our last chapter in São Paulo, but now we're off to the next adventure, Foz do Iguaçu, and one of the most incredible natural wonders in the world. Stay tuned for that. Until then, thanks for joining me here in São Paulo, and I'll see you in the next one.